Welcome to CFC Fan TV. The World Cup is upon us. We are seeing some of the world's greatest talents strut their stuff, and hopefully we'll be seeing some of them at Stamford Bridge next year. We need the improvements. It's imperative that we get this transfer window right. We've made some grave errors over the years and it's cost us massively, so we have to put it right this year. I've been having a think and I've boiled it down to 5 dream signings that we make this window. Check it out. First up, it's Robert Lewandowski. He is the dream signing for me. If we only make one signing this summer, I hope it's him. Alvaro Morata didn't work out for me. It has not been a dream at all. He's been average at best, and I think we need improvements, and I think Robert Lewandowski is a phenomenal player. For me, he is neck and neck with Harry Kane as the best number 9 in the world. I think he's that good. I think he is very well suited to the Premier League, and I think that he would be a huge asset to Chelsea. I think he would complement where we need complementing, and I think that he would improve where we need improving. Can you imagine the amount of space that he would create for Eden Hazard, which would not only improve Hazard's game, it would improve everyone's game because there'd be more space on the pitch. Also with Lewandowski, he loves a goal. And we need somebody like that, somebody who can just put the ball in the back of the net. We haven't replaced Diego Costa, and Robert Lewandowski, for me, would be the perfect signing. Whether he would like to sign for a club who's in the Europa League, it's unclear, but he does seem to be very keen on leaving Bayern Munich. Can't quite understand why, but he does want a new challenge, and if that new challenge can be at Stamford Bridge competing for the Premier League, I think that changes the dynamic of the entire Premier League table next year. It really can be that big a signing for us. So come on, Chelsea, please, make this one happen. Next up, it's the brilliance of Anthony Martial. I think this guy's so good. I think he is such a fantastic player, so gifted, so skilled. Can be frustrating, but I would love him at Stamford Bridge. What is undoubtedly clear, there is no controversy here. In fact, I defy one person. Please do me a favour, comment below if you disagree with what I'm about to say. He is a clear, by a mile, improvement upon what we have. What we have at our disposal at the moment in that position will be Pedro or Willian, and what Anthony Martial will offer to our squad and to our manager is something completely different and something completely 100% better. So getting hold of Anthony Martial really would be ideal. He's very keen to stay in the Premier League and he does seem to want to leave Manchester United, which I think is fair enough. I think Jose Mourinho, people know exactly, anybody watching this channel for more than, who's seen more than one video on this channel will know how I feel about Mourinho. I'm eternally grateful for what he did for Chelsea, but he isn't a manager who encourages people like Martial to flourish. He is a manager who stifles their creativity. And I think we've seen it. For me, the prominent one is Juan Mata. I think Juan Mata is one of the most gifted football players that I've ever seen. He was player of the year, the two seasons running at Chelsea. And some of the football that he played, where he was linking up with Eden Hazard and Oscar, even managed to make Oscar look like a good player. That's how good a player Juan Mata was. And they just couldn't coax. Mourinho just couldn't coax a performance out of him the way that other managers have and the way that, in fact, Rafael Benitez did. So I think that Martial will want to leave Manchester United. I think that he needs to leave Manchester United for his own development, and I think he's keen to stay in the Premier League. Manchester United, however, will not want to sell him to Chelsea. They will not want to improve a rival. They will not want to improve another Premier League team. They will be desperate to ship him abroad, but they owe us, don't they? You know, they've had Mata off us. They've had Matic off us. So with a bit of luck, there will be some sort of way that we can make this deal happen. And if we have Martial on one wing, Eden Hazard on the other, and Robert Lewandowski leading the line, we are genuine title contenders. Next up is Jean Seri. He has been working wonders at Nice and he's been a long-term Chelsea target. There is something that troubles me with this one, and can you comment below and let me know how you feel? I am worried that his signature could somehow be linked to N'Golo Kante leaving Chelsea. I'm probably just being pessimistic, but I'm worried that that could somehow be part of this deal. That can't be on the table. We need Seri, but we need him as an addition to N'Golo Kante. We need those two playing together, and we need somebody to take the burden of controlling an entire midfield away from N'Golo Kante. And I think Seri's a man, but it cannot result in N'Golo Kante leaving Chelsea. That is non-negotiable. If Seri comes in, it will be a huge improvement. The energy that we currently lack in that position is chronic, and it's really cost us. Obviously, Bakayoko, I think the club are right to persevere with him. I think he needs another year. I think he can come good, and if he manages to demonstrate some of the form that he showed previously with Monaco, then we'll have a very good player on our hands. But aside from him, and I think it's right that we're giving him another year, aside from him, we're not good enough. Cesc Fabregas, Danny Drinkwater, it hasn't worked out. Fabregas has been a great signing for the club for the 4 years that he's been there. We did very well from him, and he's played a pivotal role in 2 Premier League titles. So I'm very appreciative to Fabregas. I like him, but I just don't think that he can control the tempo of the game the way that he used to. Danny Drinkwater, it's a signing that just hasn't worked out. So we need improvements in the midfield desperately. Seri can be the man. Him linking up with Kante could be exactly what dreams are made of. Next up, it's a keeper, Alisson, and I'm obviously going to talk about this one under the thinking that it's a prerequisite. Next up, it's Alisson, the keeper, and I'm talking about this one thinking that it's a prerequisite that Courtois is going to leave. The interesting thing here with Alisson is that there's a lot of people chasing him. He's one of the most desired players in world football at the moment. Liverpool are really keeping tabs on him. Real Madrid are really keeping tabs on him, and it feels like he's going to go to Real Madrid, which could have a knock-on effect for Courtois because that's Courtois' preferred destination. So quite how this one will pan out, I'm not sure. But if there's any way that Chelsea could hijack the deal for Alisson, it would be great because it would be twofold. We'd be getting a keeper, a brilliant keeper, a better keeper than what we currently have. And it would also mean that Thibaut Courtois would have a club to go to that he favours. You know, he's desperate to go to Madrid. He flirts with them all the time, which drives me mad. And I'd be quite happy for Courtois to leave the club, providing we get an adequate replacement. And there is no doubt that Alisson is that. Fingers crossed this one happens for many a reason. Next up, it's another long-term Chelsea target. I feel like we've been discussing this one for ages. We know how good he is. He's a star of that Napoli team, and it's Koulibaly. We really do need replacements at the back. We need somebody to come in, marshal the defence, take charge, dominate the back line, and I don't think we've had anybody to do that since Jean Seri left, and we need somebody of that ilk. I think that he's a fantastic player, and if Sari comes in, I imagine that will be his first thing. He'll bring Koulibaly with him because he rates him so highly, and I really hope this one comes off. I think we desperately do need replacements back there. It just feels like we've been chasing him for such a long time. He's been such a long-term target. It'd be wonderful if it happens. The trouble is, I feel like it's happening in tandem with the manager, and until the manager is sorted out, until we know exactly what's going to happen next year, I think it's all very up in the air. Right, that concludes it. They are my 5 dream signings for this summer. Do me a favour, comment below, let me know who yours are. If you haven't subscribed, please do it right now and give this video a like. It's just a weird situation for us at the moment. And all of these targets, there is potential for all of them, but it almost feels like none of them is going to happen until our managerial situation is resolved. We need that to happen. We need it to happen as quickly as possible, and we need Chelsea to start operating and making things happen. Let me know how you feel about it. It's driving me mad. Go on, you Blues.